Welcome to the Market Moon Lord, where we merge the matrix with the stars. I'm your host, Jason Alexander, the Blue Moon of Neptune, here to help you navigate through the illusions of life. And guys, we're back. I'm really trading with the moon phases. I don't know about you. And I really did say that just as fast as we went up, what was that, on Thursday, we could be right back down on pre-market. And we did. That's exactly what happened. And if you were surprised by that, you are a new ape. Because any of the people that have been AMC since the beginning, I know they weren't surprised by that. Okay. I've been saying the big moves are going to happen closer to the full moon. And that's how I've been positioned. Okay. So when AMC makes this move right here, I'm mainly holding options that are going to expire after the full moon, December 20th. So I have no problem selling my options right here. Because I'm not going to let the FOMO get out of control unless I'm willing to lose it all. Okay. If you're playing weeklies on any of the meme stocks, you're playing with fire, and you should know that. And if you're carrying weeklies on after Wednesday, you better be prepared to lose it all, because the stock market is not here for us. We're here for them. They want to take our money. So we have to remember that when it looks like it's going to go, that's how they want us to FOMO in. Okay. So when you see a pop like this and IV spikes up, you know, we usually get like one big pop in a day. If we're going to get a pop. Okay. I'm always, for the most part, going to sell a majority of my options when AMC does something like this. Okay. And what I do is I'm always holding at least 2 weeks out. Okay. We get a pop. I sell my options. And then if I have FOMO, I'll buy some weeklies with the profits, but only a little bit, because you have to think, if you're buying weeklies, let's say you buy $6 weeklies, way out the money, and they hit, AMC goes like 7 or something like that, you're getting paid, right? So you could just put, you know, a small amount of your capital in some weeklies and out the money after you made some profits off of the jump like this, if you can't just like stay out of the play, right? And so you just have a little bit of a portion of your profits on the weeklies. And you got to be prepared to lose it all, right? So when this happens the following day, for me, I pretty much cut my original investment in half, and then I was able to really I sold my $5 contracts for December 20th for like $60 something, and then the following day I got them all back at under $30. So what I'm gonna do now, leading into the full moon, if we get any pops, I'm going to sell my contracts for December 20th, right? And then I'm going to start buying more contracts for December 23rd or 27th, and then I might go into January too and get in position, because what I don't want to happen is I'm getting too close to expiration date, and then they do what they do to all the weekly contracts, right? Now, if it looks really good, and it looks like we're going to get the pop, then I'll take a lot of risk, right? But I'm not going to take a lot of risk right here. Okay, I'm not. I'm going to sell on the pops, buy on the dips. Okay, so I brought a lot of contracts last Friday. Same thing with GameStop. GameStop went underneath the moon phase resistance right here, and I went back in. Okay, so my portfolios didn't get hurt I literally lost like $500 off this the other day, because I caught the Tesla run. I made money on GameStop. I made money on AMC last week. Crypto's been doing great. You know, I'm still expecting a move on BTC and to keep going. To keep going up into this full moon. Don't expect it to go down. Okay, so I truly believe we're in decent position still. Because a few videos back, I did mention that we are in a very healthy position, being way above this moon phase resistance. And I wouldn't be scared if we dipped underneath this line. I just want to stay above this launch pad. I said that the other day. So this right here, for us to pop almost 6% and then have a 10% or 9% drop because of dilution, I can live with that. Okay, I can live with that. It's really not that big of a deal on. And did we fill a gap on top of that? I didn't realize that, but we filled a gap the other day. So that's interesting. A daily gap, interesting. So look what we bounced back. We went right back to the middle of the Bollinger Bands, and I mean, it just looks like a healthy pullback. I mean, it really does. So I can live with that. What I want to happen, ideally, GameStop gets really good news on earnings, and that kind of triggers the incoming full moon for both of these stocks, right? If we can be above 486 coming into this full moon, we are extremely healthy for a really big full moon pop. Of course, we need all the rules to play out, right? So we're not too far off, in my opinion, where we need to be to see a full moon pop. Okay, if we stay underneath this line, but above the launch pad, then I can see us maybe making a baby full moon pop, right? But the moonshot, I do think we need to be at least above this line. But again, everything isn't looking crazy bad for not having a moon pop. Of course, they tried to delay us, but that is the game. Okay, but we know the cycle. We know that there's a potential big move coming. We've been paying attention to the stars. And I'm comfortable for the most part. I didn't like what happened the other day, but it's part of the game. And if you all know me, this stuff is not gonna stop me. Okay, but I understand it hurts. It hurts me too. But it's all good. It's all good. It's part of the game. At the end of the day, when we dilute, it does help AMC's debt. And they can't. It's funny because we're not really seeing halts anymore. I don't know if you guys are paying attention to the short interest, but last Friday, after they did the dilution, they got to 0 shares that they could borrow. That never happens. They were in a bad position. They're in a bad position. And it's funny. This is a war, okay? And it's kind of funny because we're not willing to give up, and they're also not willing to give up. But what seems to be happening is because Trump is getting into becoming the president again, it's almost like they have to stop all the corruption that they're doing, and they're not giving up. They ran out of time. Okay. And that's kind of how I see it playing out. And it's funny because years ago, we did a reading on Aron, and we talked about how he looks like he could be best friends with Ken Griffin. Remember that? That was back in 2021. And you all were asking me, are they going to... what happened was we thought Adam was on our side, and you guys wanted me to look at his chart compared to Ken's chart and see if they were enemies. And I was like, ugh, it kind of looks like they're friends. It doesn't look like he's going to take them down, help us take it down. They kind of look like they could be best friends. And I was like, maybe they are. They're either best friends or they're the biggest enemies in the world. Guess what, guys? They're best friends. I also said, I'm going to find these clips. They're on my lives. I'm going to find these clips for you guys and put it together one day so you guys can see it. But I also said back years ago that both of their charts look good, and I don't think any one of them are going to go to jail, and nothing's going to happen to them until after Pluto goes into Aquarius, because when Pluto goes into Aquarius, their chart starts getting bad hits on their chart. And that's when I said that things are starting to look bad around that time. Okay. We're going to look at Adam's chart a little bit later. Right now, I do have AMC's chart pulled up. I have last Friday pulled up. I want you guys to pay attention to this Venus, right? I've been talking a lot about this Venus coming home to Venus. Okay. Well, Venus in the sky on Friday was 29 degrees. What did I tell you guys about the first degree, which is a 0 degree, and the 29th degree? It's the most powerful degrees of zodiac climaxes happen. Well, guess what? A climax happened. We got some dilution. Okay. I've been telling you guys about Mercury getting hit with angles, hit with things. Mercury was sextiling the moon that day. And then we also already know that Mercury's been hanging out around that Mercury area. Okay. So that was part of the news that we've been expecting. Okay. But I still see more incoming news. Okay. Let's go into Monday. Venus will be conjunct ascendant. Pluto is still, it's getting very close to 0 degrees, like to the second on the ascendant. Mercury is making a trine to Uranus. That could be sudden changes, sudden information for sudden changes. And then AMC's Venus is still getting hit with a bunch. Now, I'm gonna go a couple of days. Okay, so on Wednesday, December 11th, right, the day after GMC's earnings, the sun will be exactly conjunct AMC's Mercury, which is very, very extremely bullish for information, big time news, and just bullish for the stock. Okay, so I am looking for more news, more talk around AMC, potential more big moves. Yeah, a lot of Uranus energy happening this week, which is explosions, like a very fast, explosive energy is Uranus. Okay, so everything is we're still in great position for sudden changes, sudden news. Not too worried about it. I do think that a lot of the situation is going to be riding on GameStop's earnings this week. And I think a lot of people are optimistic about that. All right, so I'm pulling up AMC's or Aron's chart. Okay, so we have Aron's chart up. We cannot see his time of birth, but that's okay. But let's look at this Pluto. Okay, you see that Pluto's 0 degrees. We know climaxes happen. Okay, this is a big time transit for him. This is the last planet of the zodiac. Okay, so when it's doing something in your chart, you have to pay attention. It's making a square, a hard angle to Adam's Mercury. Okay, so you're telling me the planet of power, the planet of transformation, the planet of secrets, the planet of sex, the planet of hidden desires, the planet of resources, okay, is making a negative angle, a hard angle to Adam's Mercury that's in Scorpio. What does that tell you? Okay, what does that tell you? Mercury in Scorpio, this person he hides a lot of stuff, a lot of information. Okay, you're telling me the planet of secrets is getting a hard hit on that? Guys, if this isn't obvious for things coming out of the woodwork of information that he didn't want to come out is going to come out, it's going to come out. Okay, there's going to be negative news on Adam. And sure, it could have been a lot about, hey, everyone thinks he's corrupt and they're saying things like that, but there's more coming in. There's more information that we don't know about that's coming in on Adam, which is part of the reason why I was saying a couple of videos back that I think there could be a change of management happening inside of AMC's board of directors or whatever the hell's going on over there. Okay, and it could be Adam. Okay, so he is feeling that energy. He's feeling very much a big time pressure, and he could be losing some power right now. And he's being forced to like change things up, and things that he's been doing in the background could be definitely getting revealed to us. Now I'm gonna go just for kicks and giggles. Something I'm looking forward to on Adam. Oh, Pluto goes retrograde. That's annoying. Okay, we're not gonna get too far into that right now. I am expecting something to happen when Pluto hits Adam and Saturn. Something big happening as far as like losing structure and power. So yeah, I mean, Adam is. I think I do want to say that Adam most likely will. It might be 2026, but but Adam is at the end. In my personal opinion, he's close to the end of his AMC run. Yeah. It just lines up pretty interesting with it lines up pretty interesting what I see is happening in AMC's chart. Okay. Interesting. So I'm gonna leave it there. You guys tell me what you think. Are you guys at all interested in getting a deep dive into Adam's chart at all? Should we look into that? But overall, I'm not too worried about what's happening as of now. When I see the short interest shares, or the shares they can borrow to short is at 0, and they're forced to dilute to stop the run. I say we're winning the war. It's going to take some time, but stay out of the weeklies forever, unless you're willing to take that risk and lose all the money. Okay. But I'm feeling good. I'm still looking for DJT to make a move around this full moon. I will say this full moon is happening over the weekend, but we're going to get a little bit of that energy towards the end of the week. And then going into the next week. Okay. So I am looking forward to all that stuff. Sorry, this video was kind of long and I was kind of rambling, kind of just all over the place, but yeah, I just wanted to spend some time with you all, talk to you guys all, talk to everyone. I'm chilling. I hope you guys are too. I hope everyone's okay. I hope everyone's having a good weekend. If you guys appreciate that DD, go ahead and put a like on the video. If you guys have any questions for me or any ideas, put a comment in the video. And if you guys want DD that you absolutely cannot get anywhere else on AMC, literally nowhere else, and you'll never have DD like this again on AMC, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'm Jason Alexander, Bloom and Neptune, here to help you navigate through the illusions of life. You're watching Mark Moon Lord Warrior Merge. Make sure with the stars. Till next time, peace.